You're listening to KWBU-FM, Waco. I'm Michael Hagerty. When you hear about a musician on tour traveling from city to city and from concert to concert, you might envision the artist kick back in his or her plush tour bus, speeding down the highway with entourage in tow. But country artist Dean Strickland is touring Texas on a much smaller scale. He's walking. The 38-year-old Strickland's been walking and hitchhiking his way around the state since September and was recently in Waco for a couple of shows. Dean Strickland joins us now. Dean, welcome.
Thank you, Michael, for having me.
How far have you traveled since September?
Hundreds and hundreds of miles that I've come. My last city that I was in fact, was Bryan, and I think I walked about 20 miles before I got a ride getting here. I've been as far north as Abilene and Denton, and I've been as far south as Houston and Corpus Christi. And I've been in between. I've been in Austin and San Marcos and San Antonio and Dallas. There's all kinds of towns that the highways go through, that I've now experienced going through.
Why did you decide to embark on this voyage of sorts, and why hitchhike?
Well, I've been playing music and singing since I was a little kid, so it's just always been my desire to get out there and be a contender in the music world. And the hitchhiking is something that was just kind of placed on me because I don't have a car. At first, I hit the road on the Greyhound bus, hoping that I could continue to do things on the Greyhound bus, but the money that I had didn't allow that, and so I was forced to walk.
So what's it like for you out there, literally, on the road?
Well, it's a lot of hard work, and sometimes I just get completely exhausted, and sometimes I just wonder if I'm ever going to get a ride to the next town, but I've been lucky enough to make it to all my gigs and on time, and so it's been okay. It's just been a lot of hard work, but one of the best things about doing what I'm doing is that I meet a lot of people, and I'm finding out that there's a lot of good people out there.
Yeah, you're carrying quite a load there as you walk. 2 or 3 heavy bags that you brought with you into the studio today, and a guitar case. We've all been warned, I guess, against picking up hitchhikers, but does the fact that you're carrying that guitar ever help you get rides?
That's actually the case. A lot of people tell me that it is because I'm carrying the guitar, that they think that that's a heavy guitar to be carrying and stuff, and fellow musicians pick me up. They have a heart to help out another fellow musician, so yeah.
And you've had more than your share of scary experiences on the road.
I learned that I don't want to hitchhike after dark. I've told this story quite a few times. I had a gun pulled on me once at 1:30 in the morning. Someone wanted what I have, and they pulled out a gun from under their car seat, and he said, I'm gonna shoot you if you don't leave me something. And he had a woman with him. I was sitting in the back seat of the car, and I got scared, startled, whatever, and I just started yelling at him. I started saying really aggressively, I'm not going to give you my guitar, that's my life. And I continued to repeat myself over and over again, scared that he might actually shoot me. And he kept saying the same thing over and over again. And the woman that was with him told him, don't do it. It's his life. And then he continued to threaten me, and I didn't know what to say. So I said, you're going to shoot me? And he said, yeah, if you don't leave me something, I'm going to shoot you and leave you a bloody mess on the side of the highway. Those were his words. And after I kept repeating that I wasn't going to leave him my guitar, he said, well, what do you have in your bags? And I said, I don't have anything in my bags. And he wanted my stuff, and then he pulled over on the side of the road, and he grabbed for my stuff as I got out of the car, as I got out of the back door there. But I got out of the car, and I shut the door, and he drove off. So I escaped that incident, and so I lived to tell those terrible incidences, and I hope that nothing like that ever happens to me again. But then there's also been good stories. There's been people who I've met on the roads who have hooked me up with radio, and every day I've just been meeting some really nice people.
Well, let's talk about your music now. How would you describe your style?
Well, what I'm doing with music now is I'm trying to keep it country. And my influences as far as country music goes are people like Hank Williams Sr. and then Alan Jackson and Willie Nelson. But in the past, I've written rock music. But whenever I write country, I like to keep it country, and whenever I write rock, I like to keep it rock. I don't like to mix the two.
You've said this hitchhiking experience has inspired plenty of your songs. Can you give us an example of one of those and then play a little for us?
Well, yeah, I wrote this song called I Love Texas, It's My Home, and I wrote it hitchhiking from San Antonio to Amarillo, Texas. I had met a woman named Kathy out there in San Antonio, and I wrote this song for her. It's called I Love Texas, It's My Home. You, I can still see Kathy as you were younger and just as beautiful. Don't you worry now, 'cause you'll soon reach 44. I wanna say I think, Kathy, you look fine. And me being in my prime means to me I gotta go. I'll see you next time. I'm in San Antonio. I'm gonna hitchhike my way to Amarillo, 'cause I gotta show there'll be thousands and thousands of trucks rolling down that Texas highway. And with my guitar, I'll proudly walk along, waiting for that next ride, with a yearning heart, longing for the other side of Texas, my home. You see, Kathy, I love Texas, it's my home.
Dean Strickland performing his song, I Love Texas, It's My Home, on KWBU. Dean, how long do you think you'll continue hitchhiking like this?
Oh, man, I think I'm going to keep going until I can make it to where the business is working for me and that it will pay for travel expenses and housing, so I can stay in hotels and stuff. I plan on keeping it up, and I walk in faith, and I believe that it will work out for me. There's no telling what's going to happen tomorrow, but I haven't went hungry yet, and I'm just going to continue on.
Well, we appreciate you chatting with us.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I really do appreciate it.
Dean Strickland is a Texas country musician who's been hitchhiking his way from gig to gig across the state since September, including several recent shows in Waco. More information on Dean Strickland and another of his songs can be found at kwbu.org. For KWBU-FM, I'm Michael Hagerty.